What if I told you that one of the most feared ingredients in your kitchen might not be as dangerous as you think? For years, salt has been blamed for high blood pressure, heart disease, and serious health problems. Many people try to avoid it completely, believing they're protecting their heart. But is salt really the enemy, or have we misunderstood the full picture? Today, I'm going to explain the truth about salt, how it actually affects your body, and whether you really need to be worried about it. This is not about fear, it's about understanding. Because when you understand how your body works, you make better choices for your health. Let's break it down in a simple and practical way. First, let's start with what salt actually is. Salt is made up of sodium and chloride, two essential minerals that your body needs every single day. Sodium plays a critical role in maintaining fluid balance, nerve signals, and muscle function. Without it, your body simply cannot operate properly. Every time your heart beats, sodium is involved. Every time your muscles contract, sodium is part of that process. Even your brain relies on sodium to send signals throughout your body. So clearly, sodium itself is not harmful, it is essential. The problem begins when we look at how much sodium we consume. Modern diets often include far more sodium than the body actually needs. But here's something many people don't realize: not all sources of sodium are the same. And that difference matters more than you think. Let's talk about where most of your salt actually comes from. It's not from the salt shaker on your table. The majority of sodium in the modern diet comes from processed and packaged foods. Things like chips, frozen meals, sauces, and fast food are major sources. These foods are designed to taste good and last longer. To achieve that, they often contain large amounts of sodium, along with unhealthy fats and additives. This combination can negatively impact your health over time. So again, it's not just salt, it's the whole package. Now, let's discuss blood pressure, because this is where salt gets most of the blame. When you consume too much sodium, your body holds on to water. This increases the volume of fluid in your blood vessels, and that can raise your blood pressure. High blood pressure puts extra strain on your heart and blood vessels. Over time, this can increase the risk of heart disease and other complications. This is why doctors often recommend limiting sodium intake. But here's the important part: this effect is not the same for everyone. Some people are more sensitive to salt than others. This means their blood pressure increases significantly when they consume more sodium. Others may experience very little change. This difference is known as salt sensitivity. Salt sensitivity is influenced by genetics, age, and overall health. For example, people with existing high blood pressure are often more sensitive to sodium. Older adults may also be more affected. This is why personalized health advice is so important. Now let's talk about balance. Your body is constantly trying to maintain a balance between sodium and other electrolytes. One of the most important of these is potassium. Potassium helps counteract the effects of sodium. When you consume enough potassium, it helps your body remove excess sodium. This supports healthy blood pressure and overall function. But here's the problem: most people don't get enough potassium, and that imbalance can create issues. Foods rich in potassium include fruits, vegetables, and whole foods. Bananas, spinach, sweet potatoes, and avocados are great examples. These foods support your body's natural balance, and they play a key role in maintaining heart health. So instead of focusing only on reducing salt, you should also focus on increasing potassium. This approach is more effective and more balanced. It supports your body instead of simply restricting it, and it leads to better long-term results. Another common mistake people make is cutting out salt completely. This may sound healthy, but it can actually cause problems. Your body needs sodium to function properly, and extremely low levels can be dangerous. Low sodium levels can lead to symptoms like dizziness, fatigue, and muscle cramps. In severe cases, it can affect brain function. This condition is known as hyponatremia, and it shows why balance is so important. Let's also talk about hydration. Sodium plays a key role in maintaining fluid balance in your body. It helps regulate how much water is inside and outside your cells. This balance is essential for proper function. If sodium levels are too high or too low, it can disrupt hydration. This can affect your energy levels, focus, and overall health. That's why both sodium and water intake need to be balanced. Not too much, not too little. Now let's look at lifestyle factors. Your overall health is influenced by many things, not just salt. Physical activity, sleep, stress, and diet all play important roles. Focusing on one factor alone can be misleading. For example, regular exercise helps improve circulation and heart health. Good sleep supports recovery and hormone balance. Managing stress reduces the risk of many health problems. These factors work together as a system. So if someone eats a high-sodium diet but also exercises regularly, eats whole foods, and manages stress, their health outcome may be very different from someone with poor lifestyle habits. This is why context matters. Health is never about just one thing. Let's also address a major myth. Many people believe that natural salts like sea salt or Himalayan salt are healthier. While they may contain small amounts of minerals, the sodium content is very similar, so they should still be consumed in moderation. The key is not the type of salt, it's the amount and the source. Adding a small amount of salt to home-cooked meals is generally not the issue. The real concern is excessive sodium from processed foods. That's where most problems begin. Now let's talk about practical steps you can take. First, focus on whole foods. Fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains naturally contain balanced nutrients. These foods support your body in the best way. Second, reduce processed food intake. This is one of the most effective ways to lower excessive sodium. It also improves overall diet quality, and that has a bigger impact than simply avoiding salt. Third, pay attention to labels. Many packaged foods contain hidden sodium. Being aware of this helps you make better choices. Knowledge gives you control over your health. Fourth, stay hydrated. Drink enough water throughout the day. Proper hydration supports your body's natural balance, and it helps regulate sodium levels effectively. Finally, listen to your body. Everyone is different. What works for one person may not work for another. Pay attention to how you feel and adjust accordingly. Let's bring everything together. Salt is not the enemy, but excessive intake can be a problem. The real issue is imbalance, not the ingredient itself. Understanding this changes everything. When you focus on balance, your approach becomes smarter and more sustainable. You stop fearing food and start making informed decisions. And that's where real health begins. Your goal should not be to eliminate salt completely. It should be to create a healthy lifestyle that supports your body. That includes balanced nutrition, movement, and good habits. Everything works together. So the next time you hear that salt is bad for your heart, remember this. The truth is more nuanced than that. It's not about avoiding salt completely. It's about understanding how it fits into your life. And when you get that balance right, your body responds in a powerful way. You feel better, you function better, and your long-term health improves. That's the real goal.